It's getting to be that time of year again. Candy is taking new shapes and the prices are surging. Halloween expresses are popping up in every empty retail location, and pumpkin beers are flooding the market. Now, I kinda like pumpkin beer. It's a nice seasonal treat that marks the arrival of my favorite time of year. But so many people hate them. They bitch about them, their marketing, and basically simply their existence. But why? I honestly just thought it was because they seem to release so early. People love to bitch about things coming out early, like Halloween decorations in September or Christmas sales in November. But that's gotta be the dumbest thing ever. Some people like to plan ahead, I guess. I'm not one of those people, but I mean, some do. Or maybe it's because of their flavor profiles. But when I really started thinking about it, that didn't really make a lot of sense to me either. Pumpkin ales come in all types of beer styles. Pumpkin ales, pumpkin browns, pumpkin stouts, and even pumpkin IPAs. And let's be honest with ourselves here. Pumpkin doesn't really that strong of a flavor to begin with. What you're tasting the majority of the time in these beers is just pumpkin spice. Yes, there is a difference between pumpkin ale and pumpkin spice ale, according to the BJCP or whatever, but I mean, come on, let's not kid ourselves. The majority of these beers are pretty much just brown sugar and cinnamon. But it also includes nutmeg, allspice, ginger, maple syrup, and a bunch of other crap. But I don't really see anybody bitching about these adjuncts when it comes to their pastry stouts or their horchata drinks or whatever else. It just always seems to be completely regarding around pumpkin ales. Which makes me think that maybe it's just a marketing thing combined with being a cynical asshole.
With you, somehow the wires have gotten crossed and everything looks and sounds like shit to you. It's a condition called being a cynical asshole.
Oh no.
Yes.
People love to shit on things. It's just how we're wired. So when the meme about white women being obsessed with pumpkin spice lattes comes around, people shit on it. And when the beer equivalent is introduced, they have to shit on it as well. Now, I'm not gonna lie. There are some absolutely terrible pumpkin beers out there. But there are also some absolutely amazing ones that I don't think people give enough credit. I bet anyone out there a half-drank 2-liter of Dr. Pepper and tickets to a mariachi festival that if they were to try a Pumpkinator from St. Arnold in a blind taste test, they would fall in love with how deep, rich, and complex of a flavor it has. And honestly, they would probably never know that it was a pumpkin stout. The last thing I hear drives me absolutely insane. People are always saying, "That's not real beer." And this isn't coming from your average American beer drinker, although it probably also is. But this is coming from your weird mustachioed friend who spends all his money on allotments and beer accoutrement. Like, what the hell are you talking about? They'll stand in line for hours to get their hands on a crowler of 50% fruit puree and 49% acidic powder and 1% Berliner Weiss, but this is too far of a stretch for what beer is capable of? Beer fanatics are always going on about how they want to drink artisanal and local. Well, I got news for you. Here in America, pumpkin beers are about as local as you can get. You know how they say American is apple pie? Well, that they should be saying American is pumpkin pie. Because if it wasn't for pumpkins, you probably wouldn't be here. Fun fact, pumpkins are indigenous to the Americas. And when your grandpappy landed on Plymouth Rock, he got off the boat and started slamming pumpkin ales. That's just what it is. And since it took so long to get proper harvesting techniques down, the earlier settlers were brewing beers out of pumpkins. That's right, the majority of early American beers were brewed primarily with pumpkins. That goes right on up there beside bald eagles and baseballs on the patriotic scale as far as I'm concerned. Pumpkin beers are American as fuck, and anyone who says otherwise should get an all-expense paid vacation straight to Guantanamo. So in conclusion, maybe you are one of the few people who actually don't like pumpkin beers because of the pumpkin flavor or the taste of the spices. I get that. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't like ginger, so I don't drink beers with ginger in it. And some pumpkin beers, they do have ginger in it, so I avoid those particular ones. But you don't hear me bitching about it all the time. Just admit that the majority of you out there hate pumpkin ales because it's a fun thing to do and it makes you feel good to shit on things. It's a meme and you are living it. Pumpkin beer can be just as good as any other beer out there if it's made with love, skill, and good ingredients. Just like any other style of beer. So quit being annoying, go out and try a few. Sure, there will be some that suck, but that's the game. I guarantee if you keep an open mind, you'll find a few that really blow your socks off. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and cheers.
There are few who deny it. what I do, I am the best, for my talents are renowned far and wide. When it comes to surprises in the moonlit night, I excel without ever even trying. With the slightest little effort of my ghost-like charm,